After defeating the final boss, all players received an exit button from the game except for one guy. Moreover, he somehow ended up in the game world 500 years later. In this new place, his NPC subordinates had transformed into living people. Upon first appearing in this strange world, the hero immediately sensed something was wrong. The game had become too realistic. However, he could still view game data. After defeating the boss, he had reached the maximum level 255, and his stats had become incredibly high. In the system menu, there was still no exit button. The hero was forced to accept that he had been transported to another world. He took out an artifact pointing the way to his former game home. The house hadn't changed, but the elf girl in front of it was a stranger. At that moment, bandits grabbed the girl and dragged her away. However, as soon as they left the territory, the elf girl's body began to glow with purple light, and before them appeared a huge monster boar. The bandits fled in terror. At the last moment, the hero intervened and killed the monster. Unlike in the game, he felt the realistic recoil and weight of the sword. This feeling was unfamiliar to him. It turned out that the elf girl was substituting for her mentor at the shop. Hearing her name, the hero realized she was talking about his assistant from the game. He immediately introduced himself as her acquaintance and asked about her whereabouts. However, the elf girl refused to reveal this information to a stranger. She agreed to pass on a message, but for 1,000 jewels. The hero replied that he only had gold coins. The very fact that he could take items out of his inventory amazed the elf girl. Apparently, only a few possessed such ability, for example, kings of various races. The puzzled elf girl asked who he was. The hero's answer surprised her even more. He called himself an ordinary adventurer, and his race, higher humans. But as far as she knew, the higher humans had died out long ago. After the events of 500 years ago, many races disappeared, and 6 higher humans vanished without a trace.